Hey guys, welcome back to Digital Decoded. Today we're going to be taking a look at the header tags and how they play a critical role in your SEO strategy. Often overlooked and often misused, these tags play a large role in your SEO performance and can be the differentiator between you beating your competition out for that very top position in the search engine results. We're going to take a look at a couple websites that have implemented their header tags correctly and a couple that have not, so you can see the difference between the two and take a look at your site to see where you need to improve your header tag structure. Let's take a look. Okay, so the first site we're going to take a look at is the model for a proper headline and H tag structure. This is a site we just recently launched for Jefferson Center a couple months ago, and it is a perfect example of a properly structured H tag structure. So we're looking at a plugin called SEO Meta in one click, and what that's going to do is going to allow me to just look at pretty much exactly what the spiders and the search engine bots are seeing from their view. So obviously we see a very pretty website with pictures and text and headlines and logos and such, but the search engine spiders are looking at a completely different view. They're going to look at it from a code structure, and depending on what you're wanting to rank for, is how you set up your code structure, your alt tags, and everything else that follows. But as you can see from here, we've got the H1 tag is the first tag that starts. That should be always be your first tag. And then we have H2, H3s. So you always want to have the right cascade in place for your H tags. You don't want to start with an H3 and then jump to an H1. So your structure is H1, 2, 3, and so on, up to 6. As you see here, we have this one here for the H tag is high quality programs and services for mental health, substance use, behavioral health care, and counseling. That is a highly optimized headline for SEO to tell the spiders and the search engines exactly what to expect on this page. But as you can see here, it's not our first headline, helping you be your best you. If we made that our H1, it doesn't really do anything for us in terms of keyword support and letting the spiders know what this page is about. I mean, that could be anything. That could be if you want to be an actor, helping you be your best you in acting, and it's too vague. So we don't want that to be our H1. And what we've done here is if we scroll down, you'll see here that here's the H1 tag now. Now, visually, it doesn't look like an H1 for the user viewing the page, but it doesn't have to. What it has to do is it has to tell the spiders from a code view what is going to be on this page and what's going to be the best definition for that in terms of keywords and content. So from below that, and as you can see, we don't even have programs and services showing up above this. This is not set as an H tag, but it is rendering like one. That's the trick. The trick is to set up specific classes that you use on divs to achieve the headline look and feel without using the H tags in areas that just are not going to bring any SEO value. So as we come down, we've got an H2 of here program, so that's this one here. And then accent program, this is an H3. So each one of our accordions here, the title is our H3. So now our structure is a proper structure for the search engines. And as we scroll down, mental health resources, that's appropriately should be an H tag. So we set that up as an H2. And then as we go below it, addiction and substance use, anxiety, child mental health. So all of these are set up as H3s. And if we keep going down, we've got the mental health blog. And then again, so that's set up as an H2. And then these titles here that are linkable are set up as H3s. You can ignore this. This is from my Grammarly for some reason. Adds another H1 at the page, but the spiders don't see that. That's just my plugin on my browser. So we've got one H1 4 H2s, and 41 H3s. So from a very quick view, Google and the other search engines are going to clearly see what this page is about. There's no confusion to what's what to expect on the page in terms of content, and this is a perfect example of a properly set up H and headline tag structure. So let's go ahead and jump over to their services page real quick. And you're going to want to do this for every what they call our money pages, the pages that you want to show up in the search engines. So those are going to be your top service and programs landing pages for the specific site, and also for each service page. There's probably going to want to do some for the resources as well, but those kind of tie in via an interlinking strategy to support these pages themselves. But we'll get into that on another video. So if we look at services and pull up the plugin here, you can see here our H1 is mental health, substance use, behavioral health care, and counseling services. And then it goes through the H2 of each one of what each service that's available. So again, that's a proper headline structure or H tag structure. Let's go ahead and look at another site. I pulled up a basic search for mental health services. And obviously Google's going to bring me search results that are in my local area. And it brought me, I pulled it up 4 examples. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the headline structure of this one here. Right off the bat, we see that we're starting with H2s and we have multiple H1s. That's a big no-no. You don't want to have multiple H1s, and you don't want your structure to start with an H2. So right off the bat, there's quite a bit to do to clean this up. Another thing you want to stay away from is using H tags for ancillary items that you want styled like an H tag. That goes back to what I was showing you here, helping you be the best you. This is not an H tag. So I've pulled this up, look at the headers. It doesn't show up anywhere in here. But what they're doing is they're using their H tags to style specific elements of the page, but this is going to confuse the search engines, and it's going to lower your search engine results and performance. All right, let's go ahead and jump to another site here. All right, headlines. Here we have nothing but H2s, a couple H3s. Scroll all the way down. So yeah, 0 H1s, a big miss. 48 H2s and 16 H3s. Not too bad in terms of the rest of the setup, but again, styling elements to a headline style based on the H tag is not the way to go. You don't want to try to rank for follow us. You don't want to try to rank for subscribe to our email. So there's a lot of things here to be cleaned up to have a proper H tag structure. All right, let's look at another one. So this goes back to like what I was saying. Oh, that's funny. They got the Jefferson Center mobile unit in here. So Clear Creek County is a local government type supported service, but we'll go ahead and look at their H tag structure. All right off the bat, we are starting with an H3 with loading, which it's probably some kind of little loader spinner if you're on slow connections. And then right off the bat, we see multiple H1s. Improper structure, we're missing an H2 that jumps to these H3s. So quite a bit to clean up here. Really quite a bit of a mess on this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at this other one. And mind you, these were the top 5 positions for typing in mental health care for my local area. And that tells us it's going to be very easy to start positioning Jefferson Center in those top positions, because if their H tag structure is this way, it's most likely they're missing a lot of other technical implementations for proper SEO. So here we go on this site. We've got an H1, H2, H3, H4. So proper cascading structure, not too bad for the structure itself. But again, styling elements that shouldn't be styled. Here's a navigation search results, it's here showing 115 out of 58. You don't want to set that up as an H tag. That should be just a div styled with those specific font styles. So here we got one out of order, H1 to an H5. So still a lot of cleanup to do. We see this constantly with sites that just are really just missing the boat on better search engine optimization and performance. All right, so the next one we're going to take a look at here is a financial service site that we launched last year for one of our customers. And if we look at the headline structure, H1 is financial services, and then the H2 are set up for each service. Very simple and straight to the point, and that's exactly what this page needs to do. So very clean and efficient. So let's go ahead and look. I'm not going to spend too much time on these since I think you get the gist from looking at the other healthcare ones. All right, so here's CapTrust, and this was a search term of retirement financial services in Boston, because that's where Johnson Bernetti is mostly servicing. So this, again, these were the top 3 search results below the sponsored results, and all of them are missing a lot of optimizations in their H tags. Here we've got multiple H1s, H1s styling, Boston, Massachusetts, one styling introduction, our team. So really, this structure is not doing them any help in terms of their search engine performance. Go ahead and look at this one. Again, starting off with the wrong one in H4, multiple H1s using H tags for elements that should just be simply styled like a headline. So there's quite a bit to fix here. So we've got 6 H1s, and then the rest are a lot of H tags that shouldn't be wrapping certain texts that don't align with the keywords and the content they want to be ranking for in the search engines. All right, one more we'll look at here. All right, so this one's not too bad structure-wise. We see a proper structure and cascading. The only issue I see here is we're jumping from H2 to H6, which is a pretty easy fix. The H tags are wrapping content that is relative to the keywords and content they're trying to rank for, so not bad. Maybe not featured in. Advocate, coach, advocate again, who we are, those really should not be wrapped with H tags. Those are not going to provide any value to your search engine performance. But all in all, this is kind of what we see across the board with just about every website that comes to us. And there is a bit of work to either clean up an existing site, or if we get to redesign and develop the site from scratch, that gives us the ability to really push the site out the door with a proper technical structure. So as you saw on those sites and those examples, there's a lot of room for improvement for just about every site out there in terms of their H tag structure. If you want to take a look at your site's H tag structure, the plugin that we were using is a Chrome plugin, and it is called SEO Meta in one click. And it gives you pretty much a full breakdown of how these spiders and search engines really are able to see your site and what they're seeing from their end. We'll leave a link in the description to that tool. Feel free to leave your questions and comments below. And I hope you found this video valuable and helpful. As always, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.